Right, friends, let's take a look at Tezos together. Oh, Tezos, you've done what we asked you to do. You're a lovely, lovely coin. Thank you so much. So, what did we ask you to do, Tezos? Well, we asked you to find the bottom in and around about this area and move towards the top side. We asked you to create this to be bullish divergence at the end of these last 2 points here and give us a little bit of breathing room. Now, of course, you know, there is the chance that you could get, let's just point this out. Today, by the way, I published a hidden bullish divergence video. Really good. Really recommend you watch it. Whatever, you know, do or don't, whatever, it's on you. It's going to be a standalone video. But just as a little quick point out, this could be a downtrend that we're in. I mean, it clearly is in this side over here, and if, you know, here. And if we're looking at this and we're saying that this is a local high, then we would be doing it, and it would be, and this RSI is higher than it was over here. So while we have a potential breakout from the fallen wedge here on the, and we're going to call that a fallen wedge, I think, if we stretch it up big screen. Yeah, so you can see that that's what we talked about previously. So we did everything that we wanted it to, and this was an indicator to us that it could potentially break towards the top side with all the other stuff that we're talking about. We did a good job. But if this were to actually then be a local high and not make it higher than the other one over here at 2.8, then that means that we have got potential for hidden bearish divergence, continuation divergence. That would be a signal that the prices could actually continue to go towards the downside. Maybe that actually just turns out ultimately to put us in with a higher low. So that means if we don't make it above say to 2,900, then we want to see the prices stay above 2,500. Okay. Okay, that's going to be enough for that. I think we've nailed it recently, so we can be happy enough, and everybody out there in the world can be happy enough. Thank you so much, by the way, for being a part of the growth of this channel. We're looking at 1,000 subscribers, you know, just really quite soon we're going to have 1,000 subscribers. That's all thanks to you. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can keep that going. We can maybe get there this week. How amazing would that be? If you've not subscribed yet, I would really would appreciate it if you did. Check out my other videos that are out today as well. You learn something new in every one of them, and I always have a laugh. You know, we're just friends chatting here. I mean, you can stick them on and you can look at your other charts and you can listen to me talking and think, hey, oh, wonder what he said there. That sounds interesting. Whatever. Who knows? You do your own thing though. Always rely on yourself. That's what we're all about on this channel. What have we got here then? Well, you know, in terms of the dollar prices, if we don't make it above 262, then we've not made it above the 236 Fibonacci, which we actually broke down below before as well. So we want to invalidate this thing. Let's do a sort of complementary one, taking it wick to wick down here, just so that you can get the idea. Now, I don't want to do this all the time, because, you know, it's layer upon layer upon layer, but it's always interesting to do it because it provides the context I think that people need. Now, where are we right now? Banging up against the 382 right now to the penny as we look at this thing here that comes in at 257. So we're right on that. And we're above the 236. If we were to retrace back down below this area, now, like I said, let's not get too mad about things, but say you were to, then you'll be looking to try and see the prices stay above the 248 area, so you don't get a valid 236 to move down below there. Of course, if you did, then you're looking towards the 236 here at 243 to be. Actually, let's just commit and just run this thing out with full-on Fibonacci chat. I'm not actually even Mr. Fibonacci over here, but if you're going to do it, then do it, right? So 382 there, that's where you'd be going back down to. That would be a common retrace point. But if you did look for a 50% retrace, that would take you down to 239. Of course, then, a horse, a horse. The golden pocket comes in there at the low 230s area. And if you were to go for the most extreme sort of turnaround on this small time type Fibonacci, what I'd be willing to accept would be the 786. If we were to actually stand beyond this and go on to the 886, can we just afford the madness here? Do I not even have the 886 on that there or not? Whatever, 0.886. Then you can see from that, then that would be putting in a lower low. So that would be the most I would want to see a wick go in with on this one before we'd actually be looking at the this turning around. This is how this should be done. It's not done by everybody on all the different channels. This is just a lesson for folk. You know, if you're going to be doing stuff and you're looking at that guy Fibbo who's friends with Tony Vase, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But then you've got folk like that will do it properly from time to time and show you everything that you need to know. And I'm not massively into Fibonacci, but if you were and you were looking at this right now and trying to figure that out, that's what you'd be saying. Looking at the divergences, which I am a big fan of, you can see that we've not actually put in a hidden bearish divergent high here on this one, which is good to see. You know, compared to the other ones, and we're compared to, you know, this high here as part of a downtrend. See what we were talking about 5 minutes ago in the chain link and what we're talking about just here. God, how much of a fool am I? what we're talking about here, you know, with regards to the bearish divergence, the hidden bearish divergence, you know, so we don't have that. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. What do we have is we had this played out of this head and shoulders, and then we came down, had the measured move, went down towards 230, 225 area, 220s, moved it back up. It was a good buy, like we're talking about in the Discord. So what do we need to see happening? Well, we're doing now 258, 257. We want to move above this the 236. We want to go up towards the 50% area on the Fibonacci and actually challenge this inflection zone around here. But what would be ideal would be to see a 618 retrace before actually then coming back down again a little bit afterwards to actually turn around this trend, because the last high was really this one over here. So we want to be making it up higher than that one, and that's 277 and 288. Now obviously that'll put things in a big sort of confusing area for people, because you know emotionally people have been through the ringer by this stage. We've had highs up here and higher highs, then we had a low over here, which was like, you know, in terms of the price action on this one, you're looking at that down to here, you're looking at a 25% drop off in price, which then followed up with a rise in price up there towards the top end of over 40%, right? I guess can't of 40%, just around 40%. Might as well do it properly. I didn't do it right. About 40% rise in prices, which then led to a drop down in prices all the way down of 30%. Okay, so people feel like they've been through the ringer. Okay, so when we're looking at prices here and we get a 618 retrace there, very advisable to check in with the trend overall again at that point, and as well to look at it from a broader perspective and say that yes, while we did have a head and shoulders that played out already with a shoulder here, a head here, and a shoulder here, which came down to this point here, that overall, you know, you could be looking and calling this some sort of downward sloping neckline with a Quasimodo shoulder effort on the go here. But that's just the psychology of it. The reason I'm bringing that up is because we've been through the ringers recently. Like I said, somebody said that they were going to stop at invest in part of the channel. Some guy put a comment on the channel saying that, you know, because Tezos never pumps, they're going to put their money into something else. You know, which is a fair enough point to make from the point of view of, say, somebody who is misunderstanding the point of trading to an extent, which is totally understandable. But we've had a 16.5% pump up over, you know, since we talked about the lows there quite recently. So I would disagree, because a 16.5% pump, if you were to go over and look at something like, say, Bitcoin, and you were to take it from just, let's just use this chart here and just chuck in a thing there and go up 16.5%, you're looking at the prices going up to, where is that? 10,990, so nearly 11,000. So if you know anything about Bitcoin at the minute, you know that would be quite mental. So if you know about, say, Ethereum, maybe you know about Ethereum. Let's say we had a pump up of 16% from where the lows were just over here, actually, to make it even more fair. Then where that taking you to is taking up to the 255 area, which would be very much above what we were talking about. Watch the Ethereum video, you would know that that would be a change, right? Okay, so if you watch that, then you know all about it. In terms of Link, you know, which has just gone up and done all-time highs from where we were just the other day up to where its all-time highs are, then you're talking about 20%. So when you say something pumps, and you mean something like Link, which is what you moved your money into because it did that, then it's really quite unfair from a trader's point of view to not mention how here on the Tezos to the Bitcoin pairing, for instance, if you just take it from there up to where the prices are, that's like 12.5%, and the dollar prices just did a 16.5% pump, right? So it's not fair to Tezos. It's not an accurate description to say it doesn't pump, but the fact of the matter is that we've been through the ringer recently, okay? So that's why I want to point out. That's why there's these dangers. Psychologically, there'll be dangers in around these areas. 618, of course, speaks for itself in terms of the psychology of the thing. Moving on from there, if we just borrow this Fibonacci that we have here, if we were to come up and do a 618 Fibonacci retracement, then it's so obvious. You know, we've spoken about this so many times, but where you want to see it staying above would be the 50% thereafter, because dropping back down below the 50% after this golden pocket would be the equivalent of going past the 236 on this Fibonacci you've got there now, right? That's how that's done. Might remove all these, might not talk about Fibonacci for a while now because it's like booktastic, but that's how it works. That's everything you need to know. If you can't trade off the back of that, then I don't know who you are. You're certainly not a Rocky Outcrop if that's the case. And if you are feeling like you've got a bit more confidence having watched this video, you know, knowing that you're getting value from these videos every day, that I'm being authentic and genuine here, and I'm a real person who really genuinely cares about you, then do a couple of things. Join the Discord, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, let me know you're watching, be a part of that cohort that drives the community up to 1,000 subscribers. Somebody said on the Tezos video yesterday, if we just jump over to the comments, just to wrap this up and like a look at some of the comments that we've got coming in recently. Thanks again for the videos. Keep it up. Probably learned more about TA here than any other TA channel from Sean Thomas. That was before I filmed the video here. I put a comment out to you, Sean. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. This is what we're talking about. We'd love it if you would also join in and be a part of the growth of this channel. Nice call, says somebody about chain link. Boom, 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 boom. I want link in my room. We called the breakout yesterday and we got a big move up. Just subbed, first time viewer, and happy to be learning from you. I get confused about whether to buy or sell using Bitcoin or USDT. Oh, I didn't mention didn't do your answer your question today, buddy. Sorry about this. Maybe I will just answer this one in text, actually, just as a comment in below. I really care about you all, is what I'm saying. I do get back to everybody. The go-to for Tezos TA from G Boy. Thank you so much for that. Woo! Cheers for the comment. Thanks so much. Price discovery mode. Talking about chain link over here. Interesting times. Thanks for your work, Rocky. Of course, yes, great. And you're very much right there. It very much is price discovery mode. That's fantastic. Comment, great comment. Lol from TradeSpawn doing the hey Carl. Lol. Great channel TradeSpawn has got there. Jared talking about Chainlink, another one. Nicely done, mate. You know, I mean, I care about you all so much, so respond to all these. Thanks for the video. What type of analysis are you doing now? We're in price discovery. I really spent quite a bit of time answering that in the Chainlink video. Go ahead and answer and watch that. Thanks so much. Did I mention about it? In fact, I'll just take another reply and saying answered this quite a bit in the link vid today. Cheers. Check it out. So, you know, really brilliant. Hope you hit 1,000 subs soon. Then you can live stream, says King. I'm not sure exactly when I do live streams, but, you know, we did talk about this months ago as maybe a thing. But I'm actually looking forward to taking the weekends off, you bugger, you. That's my first thing. What are you saying? 3% link, 5% last 7 days. Like it? Oh, lol. I like it a lot. Yeah, brilliant. Good comment. Cheers for that. Yeah. Just broke all-time highs. Good work. Anyway, where was I looking for? Somebody said something brilliant. If they removed their comment, something about this one, Tezos video. So this is what I've made all the way back to Damien Alfonso's thing here. Thank you so much for this comment. So weird to know that you don't have at least 1,000 subscribers. Your content feels like 100,000 subscribers. Good luck. I am a new subscriber. Well, thank you so much. You know, I care about you all so much. I really do. Genuinely appreciate it. Comments like this has been what's fueling me the whole way along the road here. Every single day this year, I haven't put out technical analysis videos, you know, this sort of thing. So I massively appreciate it. And I'm just taking this. Okay, look, we all know, if you're still watching this now, you know that I'm talking to you directly, and I really appreciate it. You know that the people who tuned out and who aren't watching this now, well, they're not seeing this conversation. This is between us, you know. And the vast majority of people have tuned out though a long time ago. So if you're still here watching this at this point here, just know, genuinely appreciate it. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, then go ahead and do that, because I would really appreciate it. That's been Tezos. Thank you so much. I've been Rocky Outcrop. I can't speak, but at least I can do charts, and I think we all can a little bit, little by little, as we watch these episodes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you tuning in. I'll catch you tomorrow in the next set of episodes.